good people. Thank you so much. By the way, I really appreciate your support for channel yangu. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much. By the way, I'll always appreciate you each and every day. I hope you guys are good. Today, I wanted to talk about Hustler Fund. I know most of the people have been hearing about the Hustler Fund and they want to know what does Hustler Fund entail. Hustler Fund is a government initiative to empower the hustlers. Hustlers is a broad name. Ikundani, the youths are inside there. Old men, old women, young women, everyone. Kila mtu wako ndani. So the president anataka empower so that at least mnaweza develop. You know, it's all about development. And who doesn't want to develop? So everyone wants to develop. So another thing is that the Hustler Fund will be launched on 1st December. I know the CS, our CS for cooperatives, Mr. Chelugui, I know right now is trying to consult and they're trying to put policies together. They're trying to put in good structures on how the Hustler Fund can be distributed. But Macue, you know, this Hustler Fund, they're not going to give like individuals. It's going to pass through cooperative societies. And, you know, cooperative society is purely development. It is purely business. So that's why they ought, and I think they sat down and thought that cooperative society is the best channel that these monies can pass through. So I wanted us to know, like, how will you be able to access the Hustler Fund? First and foremost, for you to access the Hustler Fund, you have to form a cooperative society. And you know, this cooperative society, when you're forming it, you must, the minimum number of people who are supposed to be in a cooperative society are 10. So below 10, no. So it's 10, but we don't have any maximum number. You can be millions and millions and millions. Then another thing is that you will have to register a cooperative society. Once you have identified the people who you will have to be in your group, who are supposed to be 10, now you will form the cooperative society. And for forming the cooperative society, there is also a procedure. So, and the procedure, apart from the procedure, you'll also have to have a business plan. Like, what do you want to do? What have you been doing? You see, when I always look, nikiangalianga Biblia, by the way, you see when Moses alikuwa napeleka watu Canaan, yeah, I think ni Canaan. You know, venye alienda kukomplainia God akisema watu wanasikia kiu. God akamuuliza, what do you have in your hand? Akasema, akona nini? He has a stick. Mungu akamwambia, chukua hiyo stick, upige nayo mawe, then maji itatoka. So, you know, in this world that you are living in right now, there's nothing for free. You see? Wherever you go, watakuuliza, yes, you want this money. Hata kama you are going for a business loan in the bank, watakuuliza, what are you doing? What do you have? Lazima watakuja, wafanye nini, verify what you're doing. They appraise you as a business. That is when you can be able to access the loan. So what am I trying to talk about? You're supposed to be having a business plan. Like in the business plan, it will tell us what have you been doing, what are your goals, and if you get this money, what are you planning to do with it? You see, so it is not something ati wewe unadhani tu ni pesa yenye ati watakupatia as an individual, then you go and do with your own, ufanye vitu zako. No. This is money that has been planned for. So when they're also giving you, it is not for free. You will have to pay it back. So you have to have a good business plan so that when you get this money, you are able to work with it well. So how do you register a cooperative society? First and foremost, you will have to do a name search. There's something called name search. You will come up with 3 names. Why do we come up with 3 names? We come up with 3 names because maybe the name that you want to give your cooperative society, maybe it is being used somewhere else. So you have to come up with 3 names so that we can do the name search and do what? And give you the name that no one has done, what no one has used. Another thing is that after that, if you're in Nairobi, the offices are at NSSF building, block B, 9th floor. That is where the cooperative development offices are. And if you're in other counties that are outside Nairobi, you can visit your sub-county cooperative officer. You present the names, then they do the name search for you. Then another thing is that after that, the cooperative officer will come for a pre-training in your group, tell you whatever you're supposed to be doing, take you through the cooperative structure, take you you're supposed to be doing. Then after that is when you guys are going to now do the documentation. The documentation is that you will fill 4 application forms, then you will also fill 4 supplementary forms, you'll also fill 4 economic appraisal forms, then they'll also do your bylaws and they'll also come in 4. After doing that, you'll write a banker's check to the State Department of Cooperatives. You'll write a banker's check of 3,500. Then after that, the documents will be taken to Nairobi for registration. That is the process of registering a cooperative society. And by the way, I wanted us to talk of the benefits of the Hustler Fund. Benefit number 1, or even not Hustler Fund, benefits of being in a cooperative society. Why a cooperative society essential? Number 1, the interest rates in cooperative societies are very affordable. Why are they affordable? Because when you go to other financial institutions or these apps that lend money, they're always over 10%. But in cooperative society, members are the ones to decide what percentage do we want, what percentage interest are we going to use. Once members have decided, that is it. Because why am I saying members? Because the cooperative society belongs to member. It is a member entity business. Are we together? So number 2 is that when they're also calculating your interest rate, it will be on a reducing balance, meaning the principal amount will remain constant, but the interest rate will be reducing as you repay your loan. That is the meaning of reducing balance. Another thing is that in cooperative, you'll also be given a grace period. It's not that you'll be given a grace period after asking for the loan or after applying for the loan. Before paying, you'll be given a period of time. Then another thing is that there will also be a payment plan. The cooperative society will calculate for you on how you're supposed to be maybe paying your loan. Maybe some people always pay. If there are if there are, we have the check-off system, and check-off system are people who are employed, permanent and pensionable, and we also have this rural cooperative societies. So check-off are urban cooperative society, and the other ones are rural cooperative society. Rural meaning you get the money from your pocket, like you're the people, like maybe you get paid daily, or you don't have like a formal employment. So maybe you always, if it is urban, most likely I always say they remit their deduction at the end of the month. But the rural ones, they always remit. Some remit like like weekly. The people who meet weekly, the people will remit monthly. But as for me, I always advise the rural cooperative society that for their business to be vibrant, and they need to be remitting weekly. Even if it is savings, they need to be saving weekly. If they are paying their loans, they need to repay them weekly, so that it does not pile at the end of the month, so that it can also give you an easy job while repaying your loan, so that hautakuwa na big backlog, then you start giving up on repaying the loans. Then another good thing about cooperative society is that at the end of the day, if you guys are doing a good business is you saving and you also loaning your members, then at the end of the year, your books will be audited by an auditor. Either you will choose a government auditor or a private auditor. Whoever your members are comfortable with, they will do your books of account. After doing your books of account, if you qualify, you will have something called borrowing power. Borrowing power is the power that the members give you to go and borrow from other financial institutions. Because why do we borrow sometimes? We borrow because maybe the amount that you have in your account is not enough to be distributed to the members who are asking for the loan. So sometimes, for us to make our members comfortable and for us also to make our members happy, sometimes we need to stretch. And by stretching, we go and borrow in the banks maybe, so that we can be able to meet our members' expectations. So members will give you if you're in the management committee, members will give you the authority to go and borrow. And if you qualify, your books are good, and you will visit the cooperative officers again, and she'll be able to do the documents for borrowing power. Then you're good to go. You can get the loan, and you will also once you get the borrowing power, and if you're going to the bank, maybe the cooperative society is giving out the loans at 5%, and you borrow from the bank, and the bank give you the loan at 13%. You'll also sit down and come up with a structure on how you're going to repay the loans, and you're good to go. The good thing that I like about cooperative is that you will have the ability to save regularly. Then after that, you will have the ability, you must pay promptly. And while you're also borrowing, you will borrow wisely. You understand? So in cooperative society, pale ni place yenye ukifikanga mwisho, hapo ndio place unaendanga, because you are so sure that your monies are there and you shall be able to utapatiwa pesa. Then another thing is that when you're coming into cooperative societies, usiingie tu kwa any cooperative society. As I said before, if you're 10 members and above, you're good to go. You can register and you come up with good policies like credit policy. You have a good strategic plan. You have a good business plan. Like, you'll have good policies. You understand? And if you're employing, by the way, in cooperative movement, you must also come with a good human resource policy so that your cooperatives can run well. Thank you very much. For any question, for any comment, kindly go to the comment section, ask anything. I'll be able to answer you any day, anytime, my people. Thank you so much. God bless you.